Alright, alright, alright. Are we streaming? I'm pretty sure we're streaming. Let's do... Yep, we're on. Alright. So, welcome. We're gonna do the keylogger today. We're not gonna fiddle around with kata. And I have a plan. So last night off camera, I did a cursory sort of look into the keylogger, and I figured out a plan. I as well fixed kata. Fixed. But yeah, so we do have a plan today. It's not just going to be me fiddling around for almost 2 hours. Excuse me. I still have something in the back of my throat. So yeah. So we're gonna do that today. Okay, so it's the same. I haven't really touched it since yesterday. Excuse me. All right, now that's, I hope, over with. I haven't really touched it since yesterday, but I do know kind of what I'm going to do. And we do have build scripts up and running, just bin builds, and it compiles and runs everything. And as you can see, we get a hello world. There we go. Okay. So anyway, I know it's a little slow, but I don't know. So the problem I had yesterday was that I could either get one or the other for one of the other commands to run. And now when you look at command data, if it just kind of handles, if, you know, it's the same one as yesterday, as the last session, but it kind of handles the case that there's nothing. So this is what we have as of right now. Give me one bit a second. It's so my allergies are shit today, and I think that's what is going on. So yeah, test. Let's see if I can delete my sort of going around. So today, what we're going to essentially be doing is more or less rewriting the keylogger that's here. So we're gonna go here, and we're gonna modify the build script a little bit. I always use optimizations. And we're gonna say we're gonna be targeting keylogger, and then really can't compile it, but whatever. So what I'm gonna do, is essentially take everything and make them functions, right? So like, if you look at the get key function, right? This we made a function yesterday, but if you look at the get key function, you know, there's a lot of things that can be extracted into functions, essentially, right? So, like, this condition here is shift. That can be a function, you know? In fact, here, right? I'll do it. It's literally this simple, right? Bool. We're gonna go to the top of the function here. Bool is shift, I guess, exact, or is uppercase. Sure. And what do I need? I don't know what I need, so I'm going to not caps lock on. Caps lock on. Okay, so these are these states. So you need shift bool shift pressed, or let's do shift and bool caps lock. I think that could be one word. So we're gonna return this condition, and then we remove some logic for that. Shift caps lock, right? Or you can say bool, right? Yeah. Okay. All right. I have an idea. Bool is shift, which will take in a key. What are these? These are ints, I guess. Yeah, int key. And what would you describe the int? Yeah, okay, so int octal, right? Hex, I guess. How would you represent hex in C? Right? Or I guess, yeah. You know what? No, we're gonna leave that out for right now. I think his shift is fine for right now. And is first key, which is a global, is first key. There we go. Make everything keyboard. We could just rename that to keyboard. And then here we can here we can kind of flip the conditions so it's just easier to read. As well, I fucking hate the Hungarian notation, so we're gonna do param. Oh, how do I call this? Right, so W param. So this is the key. And hook, I guess. Yeah, we're gonna call this hook. So we can flip these conditions around. If code, which is what we've renamed encode to be, is greater than 0, then we can return this here. And this is kind of going to be our fail state, almost. Keyboard. Code, key, and hook. And we can get rid of these comments. So then we can get rid of this. get rid of this. Whoop. This. De-indent this. And then as well, else if hook, right, or no, key. And I figured out it was key just by looking at this condition and noticing that there's nowhere else we use that. It's just so we could say key here. Key does not equal WM key down. So we flip the condition here. Then we kind of return this, don't we? And then we can kind of get rid of this. And that is our hook. That works, and we're gonna say virtual code. We're gonna say this is our keyboard. Struct, sure. Just for right now. And then we of course have log key and code. Log key is the is the main one that we had earlier. I don't want to get rid of that just yet. Yeah, but so these can be extracted into booleans, right? Is uppercase. Is uppercase. There we go. And bool is, right, bool shift pressed. There we go. And caps lock on. Now, really what I want to do is refactor kind of this, is like get key state, sort of. Yeah, because if I want to move this to, say, Linux, this is going to be hard to do. So, yeah. First key is first key. I can really remove is. As well, this capital true here, you don't need that. This I want to factor out at some point. Okay. I have my little drink for today. I'm not, drinking excessively today. I made myself a little mudslide. It's good. It's good. If uppercase, then you log the code. VK code is the code. So, all right, so I want to factor this out. Right? How do I do this? I guess is uppercase, yeah. And so I can kind of do this. I can delete this. So this is A through Z essentially. This is handling like letters, which is great. And then I can do this. And then you can say bool is letter. Right? Is letter. Right? Or you can do char gets letter. I think that's okay. Yeah. Which needs a Boolean shift and the code, of course, which is an int. And I want to use something other than int. Yeah. All right. So there we go. And then we can get rid of is uppercase if shift log file, and we're gonna return this instead of logging to a file. Whenever you have like IO side effects, you kind of want to return them from a function and not actually log them. You know, but that's not necessarily like a rule. It's not necessarily like something that you should absolutely follow. But like, you know how we had in that function, we had a logging side effect instead of we had a function that would just log everything. You know, just logging everything. You don't necessarily want to do that. You want to sort of get into a return state rather than pushing everything to an IO. Because what if you don't want to log? What if you just don't want to log? Right? What if you just want to get the state? It's not the responsibility of the functions or the conditions that you're using to log, to create an IO side effect. So I want to flip this condition here. So if, let's say code is greater than hex 41, or code is greater than, right? Code is less than or equal to, so you want to say, or if code is greater than. So if code is less than hex 41, or if code is greater than hex 5a, then you want to return null byte. I don't know. All right, let's see. C return null car. I guess. Like, what would be an error state? Can you do that? Is that like a thing? I don't want to return a null byte. That's the thing. Or, all right, here's what I can do. Void, and then we can say, we can add an out parameter results, and that'll be a char pointer. So then we can just return here, and we can get rid of this condition. So this is essentially the same as returning in my book, and also we can get rid of this and de-indent that because we're returning, so it's not gonna fall through. Which is the main concern. And I can do else if here. So this is gonna be results is equal to the char of code. And results is equal to the char of code plus 32. And there we go. And you can kind of return. So that looks excellent. That looks absolutely amazing. So what I'm going to do here is uppercase, right? Is then we're going to de-indent that. And we're going to do get letter. Oh, okay. Yeah, char letter. Just code, uppercase, and the result variable. Or letter, sorry. And we forgot a semicolon. Okay. Right, and why that's useful is essentially you can, so if it's not a letter, this is the check here. If it's not a letter, we just return. And we don't process anything. So like I don't need to do that, right? As well as we can do we can make this a conditional in the same way. So we're gonna do, this is getting the numbers, so we want to do void get number, which is gonna take an int code and is going to take all right, let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got. I guess shift. Yeah, bool, uppercase, and convert into an array index. Huh. Okay, uppercase and I guess char shift numbers. As well as char results. I'm gonna call this const because that's not a result. Yeah, okay, that's good, right? So what we want to do is instead of logging, we're gonna say results is equal to shift numbers at index. And we're kind of going to delete shift numbers. And we're going to say code. And this is code. And then we're going to do index. Yeah, that's good. And we get rid of these comments. It's coming together. It really is. Holy shit, it's coming together. So then we're gonna flip the condition here. So if code is less than hex 30 or code is greater than hex 39, we're just gonna return. So then, if it's not a number, we don't care. We don't care. If it's not a number, it returns. And there we go. And we can get rid of this now. Else if shift pressed, else if uppercase, we return at shift, because it's read only, so that's fine. And this is gonna return, and I forgot to do a blank return here. There we go. And we're gonna do, because it no longer returns, so it's results is equal to the char of code. There we go. And we don't need this. De-indent that. Look how clean that is. Look how fucking clean that is. So then we can go to where we did the, and we can say, oh, we can, yeah, so we can reuse letter, I guess, right? Yeah, so we're gonna say this is an empty character, right? Should be at least one character. We're gonna say, okay, so we're gonna say this is null for right now. Can I do that? I think I can do that. If letter, or if not, right? Yeah, if letter, then we're gonna do log. But we're gonna return for right now. Just log it. Else we're going to get, oh, and then get letter. We're gonna return else if results does not equal null, then return. We're gonna do that too. There we go. So we have our boundary checks, we have our null checks, so it's somewhat safe. And then we're gonna do get number, code, shift pressed, shift. So these are, these are the shift ones I just fucking deleted because I'm dumb. Oh, and I don't have a backup copy of this code. Shit. Okay. Fuck. I just deleted the shift. I mean, I guess I could just use whatever's on my keyboard for now. Char, right? I want to get rid of that, though. I don't know, maybe it could be like a global variable. Yeah, let's make this a global. So let's do, in the namespace, we're gonna say const char shift characters. Is it characters? Yeah, characters. I don't know. I don't speak English. And we're essentially gonna do exclamation mark, @ pound symbol. Oh, yeah, okay. Pound symbol, $. I wish I had something better to do, but I don't. I wish I had like a quicker way of doing this, but unfortunately I do not. 7, 8, 9, and 0. Yeah. You know, it is what it is, honestly. So then we're gonna get the shift characters, and then, right? No, because that decays into a pointer. Never mind. And then we're gonna get the result, which is letter. And that's gonna be the result pointer. There we go. Okay. Yeah, there we go. All right. That's a little clean. All right. So. Now this is something that perplexes me. Right? I'm not entirely sure how I want to do this. I'm thinking like I should maybe get, like, I'm thinking maybe I should just refactor it into functions like get letter, get number, and do it like is whatever. But I don't know. I'm gonna skip that for right now. Just because. Yeah. Okay, so these ones are easy. We can do the arrow keys. These can go in our key to string function because they're just equals. Or is it up here? Yeah. Okay. Let's kind of format these well. See, right, like, I know how to use, like, these VS Code sort of, like, I want to say macros. They're not macros, but you know what I mean. Just, I don't always like to use them. Okay, and then we can replace all of this with, oh, okay, return. There we go. And that go there, and then indent this like so. There we go. All right. See, big switch cases are okay in my opinion, because it's a switch case. You know, it's not if this. It's not like you're not having complex conditionals. You're just having a case. You know, you're just matching. Ah, that's good. It's very good. All right. Let's see. What are we doing? We've already done those, so this is the one that I really need to look at. Right. Okay. And then shift press is undefined. What? Did I screw something up? I did. Okay. There we go. Alright, keyboard hook. These errors are all correct. Okay. Let's see here. So yeah, it's these that I really want to... I just want to create like a bunch of functions and have it be like single responsibility and everything. But I don't know. These are more that can go in the... Yeah, alright, so we're almost done actually. Wow, okay. So these are more that can go in the... Actually, we are almost done. And they can go in the... Learn to accept it. Keep cut pen and is this the only? This can't be the only fucking. Hold on a second. There we go. Oh, and there's even a logic bug, which is great. So with the capital, I don't know if you saw that, but there was an equals instead of a doubles equals, which is assignment and not condition. So ha. All right. Oh, I forgot return. Okay. But like this takes care of a lot of like conditionals that were just in the wrong place. Like you don't need to like if you just have like if key code is equal to enum, you don't really need to like check it at a specific spot. You can just check it whenever, which is what this function does. It takes care of a lot of things that were like more or less in a just odd place, really. There we go. Alright, so that takes care of that. Wow, alright. So this might not be a 2-hour stream. This might be 1 hour, probably. Hopefully. Hopefully 1 hour. And then just this can go in... This can go in the key to string function. There we go. So I have bound to the floor stuck in my head. I apologize. Return applications menu key. There you go. So much easier. Now, something I did notice while going over this code is it's not really using like C++ features at all. If that makes any sort of sense. So like it's not so it's kind of it's a bunch of C code. The only real like feature it's using is the double arrow overload. Other than that, it's more or less just C code. It's also using, I guess, standard hex, which is something I have not gone over. In the sense of, like, I don't know what that is. I'll be perfectly honest with you. And then to standard decimal. Okay. So the idea is that I can put that in... key to code as a default. Or, yeah, as a default. Break. Which is going to take this and return this. There we go. Just don't get it, you keep it upset again, you learn to accept it, you don't. Unknown key. Yeah, and I think I'm okay with saying it's an unknown key, closing that, and then we can do this on another line. I'm just going to put that in a comment for right now. Okay, so we got a lot of this factored out. We took a lot out of this. So now for the, I guess, binaries, or not binaries, modifier keys. Yeah. So, let's see. I'm trying to think how I want to do this. Oh, I know. Okay, so default, we're going to return... I know what to do. Default, we're going to return null. And then we're going to say... We're going to kind of delete this, because that's already handled. Convert VKC to readable character, which is what I'm trying to do. And then we say char letter is equal to key from code, right? Or no, key to string, and that's going to be code. And then we can get rid of letter here. Right? No. Yeah, it's a bad idea. That is a bad idea. Or instead of returning... No. Yeah, it's a bad idea. Kind of dug myself a pretty interesting hole here. So we're gonna delete this. And then is uppercase, letter is null. Get letter, if letter. You want to log the letter. Yeah. You want to log the character, but you want to essentially get all your enums to strings, which is a problem. Okay. So what I'm going to do, key to string. Okay, yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna check for letter. And then we're gonna say if letter. We're essentially gonna do this condition here. You want to log the letter, else char const char is stamp, char stamp. I don't know. We're gonna do key to string, and we're gonna pass in the code. And there you go. And we're gonna do key to string, and we are going to return null for your error case. So then key to string, if char stamp does not equal null. And yes, I know I have to do parentheses. We're gonna do does not equal null. Return. Yeah, return. But again, we want to log. Okay. Yeah, so I think for right now, I want to do... Huh. See, what I want to kind of do here, all right, so I'm going to talk about what, every last drop. I'm going to kind of talk about, like, my thought process in hopes of maybe coming up with an idea. So what I kind of do is want to do, like, a switch case that's more or less doing, like, you switch on the code, and if it's within the range of the two numbers that it is, then it could, or else it would just be like a lot of functions and like this paradigm here, which I don't want to do. So I think I can genericize this a lot. Yeah. Okay, you know what? We're gonna try that idea, see if it works. Bool. Code in range. Sure. I don't know. We'll rename it later or something. But let's see. We got int code. Int min. Int max. There we go. It's a min max. Right. So if, or we're gonna return, because you don't need to do an if. We're gonna do return. Code is less than or equal to. Right, because none of them use. Oh, these aren't ranges. These are equality. Oh. These are equality. So I guess code or key from code, which I already have. Key from code, I already have it. Oh, that's funny. Shit. So these are equality. So, okay, so can I do... I'm just going to check this condition real quick. The first condition here. So can I do switch code case this? Can I do or statements? Is that a thing? I can do or statements. I see. Ah, okay. Or, alright, yes, we're gonna say is control or meta key or no. How would you like colon, semicolon, quotation marks, etc. How would you say is special key, I guess, yeah. Or we're gonna say char gets special key. Right? Or yeah, okay. I'm thinking about what I want to do. So let's get all of this. And yeah, that's fine. Okay. So I can kind of put these in the switch case here. And I kind of want to. So I'm going to comment this out. Right? No, get, yeah. Because they are characters and not strings. Although I could just make them strings. Oh, and I also need bool shift. Yes, shit. I need to pass in shit. Yeah. So let's see here. There's not much I can really, like, I can make them strings. I don't want to, though. Yeah, I think I might just make them strings. Yeah. Okay. I think that's an okay idea. That's an okay idea. So we're going to grab this. My mouse has a shit range of motion. Okay. There we go. Oh, we're gonna write case. And do that. Go to the end. Delete that. And we're gonna say everything is like this. Or 20. We are going to do this and then everything there. Yeah. And then we can just delete this here. Okay. Okay. Let's see if this works. I mean, it kind of does. Yeah, I just gotta fix this here. Case label value has already appeared in the switch in line. What? Alright, so let's do that and that. Value has already appeared in the switch at line 202. BA. No, it fucking hasn't. I'm sorry, but no, it hasn't. And then we close off the switch. Right? Inline 202. Huh. So no. So I can't do this, essentially. So I just spent a whole bunch of time doing nothing, essentially. I don't know, can I wrap it? Is that a thing? Case label value is already paired in the switch at... No, the fuck it hasn't. Okay, so let's make a function. So let's say void, or no, yeah, bool is code is octal, or whatever, is hex. Int code, int hex, sure. We're gonna say return code is equal to hex. Right. Plus key. Because they're two different, like, octals for this, which is... dumb and confusing. So I essentially need to do a huge fucking if-else statement. Which I don't like. Let's see. Can I really, like, do anything about this? BA is 186. So it's just... Wait a minute. Okay, so yeah. So this is... So these... hex are just integer... I'm now annoyed. I'm now annoyed. So it's just this shit. Case 187. And I could probably define an enum for that. Ah. Okay. Alright. And then that's no longer needed. Yeah, okay. I don't really know why this is like that. Because if I hover over this, this is just 192 and then 192. It's redundant. I mean, if you want, you could tell me in the fucking chat or whatever that I'm being stupid. But yeah, no, that should work. That should work. Okay, and then return. I don't know, maybe I'll do some research. I'll actually, like, watch the video. Because I thought, like, I could just do this just by reading the comments and everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get rid of these comments. Because they don't really add much. You can read. You can see what the fucking key is just by reading the conditional. I don't know. Maybe that's just me. But that should work. There we go. And then, even so, can I do something? Let's see. Let's say, define test key. And that is equal to either hex, what is it, BA, or one, what was it? What was the first one? Is it like 86 or something? 186. 186. Can I do that? Is that a thing? That is a thing. Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough. So, I think I am going to do something stupid. No, not necessarily. So these are all done really in hex, if I'm looking at it. So maybe I should have kept the hex value. I think the integer, though, is way better. Yeah. That's a C++ we can use. Is we can do an enum class that inherits from, I guess, a U8. And kind of just assign the numbers and the hex values. Right, because this is this an enum or no? These are like preprocessor defines. Okay, so I could do just a header file of just define everything, and then that's how we can split some of this code up. But I don't know. Right. So then I want to take this logic out. Right, A0 is 160. Yeah, so I think I'm going to use the hex value for these, just because it's easier and it fits better with Windows. So yeah, okay. So let's do void is function key. To int code. And how did I do it in get letter? Shift and results. Okay. That's good. So is function key bool shift and char results, right? Do we do char or no, we do, yeah, we do function keys. We, yeah, use a string. Yeah. Okay, and then, so void, I'm actually going to copy this signature, and we're going to say is function key. We're going to say Get function number, and I don't care about shift. I just need the results. Yes, okay. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this logic here. There we go. And we're going to say we're going to return this. Do code. So that will, and then if results is not equal null, return. Else if code is less than VKF1 or code is greater than VKF12, then we're going to return. That's taking this condition and flipping it so that we can de-indent this. Then we say return value does not match. Oh, okay. Result is equal to that. And then we're going to say we're going to get rid of this. And we're going to say char results is equal to null. And say right. Char code character is equal to get function number. And then get function number. Or should I just return? I don't know. That brings up scope issues. I don't know. Code. And then code character, we pass in the address. And that will be code character. I'm going to say results. How do we handle the key to string, then char stamp? Then okay, so then we do the function keys. Char stamp here, key to string. Yeah, okay. Huh. Let's see, so What I'm thinking about is I don't know if I want to do... Yeah. Because this is a runtime, we have to do that, yeah. Result is equal to that. Must be integral or unscoped enum type. What? Can I just wrap it in brackets? Is that something I can just do? No. Okay, well then let's fucking return then, shall we? Shit. Yeah, because it's not happy with me. Whoop. It's not happy with me doing this bit. Let's see. And we kind of need the code. Let's see. So I guess can I do char pointer, yeah, and then kill results. Results is equal to this shit. And then we return results. Is that a thing? No. No, it is not a thing. Okay. Shit. I mean, right, okay, so there's a string stream in C++, which is essentially like a buffer. I could do that. Or what I could do is do some dumb shit. And we're still copying, right? Yeah, okay. Let's do some dumb shit of return that, but these are standard strings. I mean, if we're going to use C++, we're going to use C++, so... Dot append, I guess, right? Since basic string matches the argument list. And you want a char, okay. Dot back capacity. Can I just like data empty end erase find insert? No, insert a C string. Right? Like what does append do? Append a C string, okay. Length. Pushback? Append a single character. Okay, so pushback. That's a thing. And then dot right? Yeah, okay, so we're gonna say std string results is equal to this monstrosity. I don't know. If we're gonna use C++, we're gonna use C++, you know what I mean? And then results dot append this. No suitable constructor exists. Convert from void to what? Oh. Dart. Because we're using the pushback method, I thought I could chain. I can't. Does that work? That works. Okay, and then results push back, and then we're going to return results dot C string. Thank you. And let's make this const, I guess. There you go. And then we don't need to check if that's null, or what I couldn't. No, yeah, that's right. Is it? Actually, yeah. Okay, so let's do void, and then, or hold on a second. Let's do void, and I want to change the design of this. So char results, and we're gonna say, let's call this buffer, I guess. Yeah, sure. And then we'll say results is equal to buffer.cstring. There we go. Value of const char. Oh, we're gonna do that, right? Or no, because then you can't assign. Or can you? And technically, we're not. So, can I do that? No, because that dereferences. Okay. So let's do static cast to a char pointer. I don't like using C style casting in C++. In C, you can't really do anything else, but in C++, I try and avoid it as much as possible. Buffer. Let's see, star. Static cast. Cast away const. Okay, well, I guess then const cast then. Thank you. Am I using const cast correctly? CPP const cast. I just want to know if I'm using it correctly. Yeah, oh, okay, so I have to do, is it the address? Do I have to take the address? Value. Because that's a reference. I don't know. Okay. Yeah, we're just going to say we did it correctly. Standard as const. Try that one. As const is a safer alternative when you specifically need to add constness to an object. Oh, never mind. To legacy function. Yeah, okay, never mind. Yeah. Alright. I'm gonna hope that works. Sure. F12, so we're going to get F1. Let's just do hex 70 and see what happens. So I'm going to use this here. We're going to kind of copy this, and we're going to throw this in, say, a test. I'm going to move that to include. Oh no, I'm going to move that to just a throwaway folder here. We're going to say test.cpp. I want to make sure I'm using this correctly. So we're kind of going to do that, and then int main void return null. And then we want to get, okay, yes, we're going to include, what is it, windows.h? Windows, does that work? That works, okay. And then include string. There we go. And then we're going to say, char pointer results is equal to, I guess, null for now, and then is function key, we're gonna return results, or right, okay, code is hex 70, right? We did F1 hex 70. Whatever that is in integers, 112, okay. And the shift is, we're just gonna say false for right now. Or right, or no, it's true. Do I need to know the shift? No, I don't. Okay. Awesome. And then the address of results. And we're going to print f. We're going to say key. New line result. GCC. Or no. Let's go to our build script or compile. And we're going to say test and run test. Good. And we're going to do bin built, which will compile everything and run it. Code character null. Okay. Null. Ah. Okay. So do I need the address? Let's see. Of a C string. Okay. Then I think I just need data then instead of a C string. Data. There we go. I think that should work. For .data. Nope, that's still const. We'll just make that const, see what happens. Void is function. What? Initializing. Invalid conversion. Okay, const then. What does it give me? Null. Huh. Why? Buffer. C string. Let's see what the buffer has before it's assigned. Let's see here. Okay. Doesn't even print the buffer. Why? Compile. Huh. Okay, can I just do that and then hit char? Let's see here. No, yeah. Why? Why is this null? Does it include cstdio? Let's try that. No, null. Why does it continue to give me null? Huh. Okay, maybe this actually works better design-wise. Just saying. And we're going to return. Alright, let's try this. Null. Ah. Because then that'll return null, I guess. Ah, okay. Code character get function code is equal to, I guess, nothing. Is that a thing? At least one character. Okay. Can I do that? No. Okay. Okay, well then let's say we return a character. See if I get any local scope errors, which I probably will. Code character is equal to this. Push back code character. That work? Yep. Declared here Function may return address of local variable. Yes, I know, but it's on the heap, so moot point. Okay, maybe string or S stream. String stream? Sure. Is not allowed. Okay, let's see. CPP string stream. Or an S stream, I guess, yeah. Let's see. Let's stir. Oh no, I know. Hold on. So in lib, in the CPP version, we have a version object that uses the same paradigm that I'm trying to use for its printing. And we're gonna see what that is. Let's see here. Come on. It is a string stream. Okay, so what's the include, I guess? O stream. Okay. Right. Let's see. S stream. There we go. Test. Dot clear cup for curse end of bit fail fill. Stream append character. Put. Okay. And then I know I can do the double whatever overload, and then buffer dot stir. Is it? Yeah, stir. Can I do that? C string. Stir dot C string, because I know that's a C++ string. Buffer has garbage in it for some reason. Oh, alright, so C string. Try that. Nope, still has garbage. Can I do that? No. Alright, so let's just do this. See what happens. Oh, yeah, okay. Let's delete this. No, we still don't get the code character. Why? Buffer. save. I guess, do we have to static, or do we have to char cast? Is that a thing? No, still not. Okay, code character. Why is this not working? Hex 71 then? Nope, still not working. Huh. I'm very confused. I am very confused. This is perplexing. Wait, I just do that, right? Yeah, okay. How long have we been streaming for? Almost 2 hours. Okay. Well, you know, we've been pretty productive so far. I like that, with little to no interruptions. So this should be an easy editing job for the VOD. Buffer string stream. Okay. String stream append hex character, I guess, right? Is that right? ASCII standard hex. Standard hex, does that work? Oh, I'm gonna try it. No, it does not. Why are we getting this and not? I don't know. I don't know, and I'm a little confused. Do I just have an... Is there such thing as an S stream? No. Then can I just do this computation inline? Is that a thing? Yes. Okay, so that is a thing, but then we have a scope problem. Okay, const char results, or double pointer results. And this is void. Okay, and then return nothing. Oh. And then we're gonna say results is equal to that. Because I included a comma. I'm gonna say char results is that, and then this, and we get the address of result. Let's see if that fixes our scope problem. No. No, it does not. Okay. Maybe this should be... Can I pass in a reference? Standard string reference, is that a thing? And then say results is equal to that. Is that a thing? we're going to say this is a string. And there you go. Oh yeah, and then results dot cster, so that we can print it out. Yes. Okay. So that kind of fixes our little problem. Okay. So I can do that. Do I need hex at all? Is that something I can get rid of? Yes. Okay. That is something I can get rid of. Okay. Well, there we go. And then I don't need that null check. Yeah, I was going to turn everything into references next stream. Eventually, I guess. But yeah, here we are. So, okay, that's going to work. So we can go to our keylogger and get letter is uppercase. Let's see, get special key. Where did I put it? Here? Yeah, so let's do this. And that's going to work. And I can delete test. And we can bring keylogger back out. And then clean up some of this clutter. Build. Alright, okay, so compile keylogger and run is a keylogger. There we go. Okay. And we can build everything. Test source includes. Oh yeah, okay, so we can't build everything because it's going to fail, but we can compile and run, which is great. Okay, so that's a thing. And then what I want to do is get, so this is the function keys, right? Yeah. It's a little bit more computational than just than just getting an enum and doing it that way. Okay, so let's see. So, okay, these can kind of go in the special keys one, but then what I want to do is we got the function keys, and then I can do, so that's char stamp already done, and then, so we do standard string function key, which is, yeah, just that, I guess, or, well, is equal to standard string, and it's just an empty string for right now. We're gonna do string, right, get function, what did I say it was? Oh, is function key. Is function key, and we're going to do the code, and of course our function key. Oh yeah, because it's a reference. We don't need to do the address, which I don't necessarily like because it obfuscates that that is being passed by reference, but nothing I can really do about it except code in C. So then we're gonna do, so is function key. Then what I want to do is we can move these into the is special key function. And that might actually do it. That might actually mean we're done. Right case. Good thing we're done, because I really have to pee right now. So let's do that. And then we're gonna do this. There we go. And we're gonna do, I might change it to octals off screen. Right now we're gonna use digits. Yeah, we're gonna use digits right now. There we go. And then do this. I'm gonna say break. And to make my life a little bit more easier, do that, and then we can do this. Whoops. Oh. Delete and delete and to delete, and then all these comments can go. I love how, like, the original author of this switched it. Like, here's a hex on the right, and here's a hex on the left. Like, okay. You know, that is very confusing and not intuitive. So let's do that. I realize I've been using the word octal to mean something that isn't an octal and a hex number. I don't care. I really just don't give a fuck. Alright, so what we're going to be doing is going on here, and then that down, end, home, return, and that should work. Ah, I see. Okay, so this should be in character stamp. This should be in a different function. Oh, I did not mean to do that. Of course, my mouse is... All right. I'm happy. I'm happy with this. I am. I really am. That and that. There we go. And we went from, I don't know how many errors to very little, if any. is function key, and then if right, we can do, how do I check for an empty string? I forget. CPP empty string. Returning an empty string. See what Google AI has. String, yeah. So is empty. Okay, so there's a method. All right, if function key is empty, then we're just gonna return for right now, but you need to log. And then these can be commented out, and I can kill this here. Okay, I'm happy with how this turned out. I think next stream we are going to essentially figure out a few things. We're going to factor out these numbers, and we're going to kind of split things into files, I think, next stream. But we tackled the most important part. We still have, where is it, this main function to do. But now it should be so much simpler that we've kind of gotten the underlying logic more or less like factored out and separated. So I think the plan for next stream are to kind of define these hard-coded numbers, and then make this a little bit more C++ friendly, like justify the use of C++ essentially. So yeah, I think that's it. Thank you guys so much for watching this stream. This pretty good stream, actually. Yeah. Hopefully there shouldn't be more than 5 parts to this. We're on part 2 right now. Even part 4 is a bit up in the air at the moment. So yeah, the VOD channel is now linked in the About section of my streaming channel. So go take a look at that. First video is already up. It's pretty good. It's from the first stream. Yeah. So see you guys in the next one. Probably my next stream is either going to be tomorrow or probably Thursday or Friday. It's either going to be tomorrow or Friday. We'll find out. All right. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Stay safe.